Hi, everybody. It is James Becker, and this is another episode of Going Forward with James B. I am the founder and the CEO of Fusion Growth Partners. Last week, I was in Las Vegas at the Inman Conference, and I'm going to be sharing some statistics that the Redfin CEO shared on stage. I think some of the things that he shared are very interesting. And I also want to talk about interest rates. So let's start with interest rates. Last week, the jobs report came out less favorable as far as the number of jobs that were added to the economy. This had an effect on the bond market and the stock market, where the traders are starting to bet that we are moving into a recession. It's not good for stocks, but it's definitely good for interest rates if you want to see interest rates lower. Right now, as of Friday, actually, the average 30-year fixed interest rate dropped below 6.5%. And if you look at this circle here that I'm sharing, this is compared to last year, 73 basis points lower than it was last year at this time. That's pretty exciting stuff. Now, Jeremy Powell came out and on July 31st said that they weren't going to lower interest rates, but that they're in this balancing act between trying to get inflation down and trying to keep the economy out of a recession. I've listened to some podcasters this weekend. They feel we already are in a recession. And the people who bet on what the Fed is going to do is giving odds that in the next meeting next month, that the Fed will drop the prime interest rate or the Federal Reserve rate by 50 basis points. I'm not betting on that. I don't think that that is likely to happen, but probably a 25% basis point cut will happen. Now, to me, the market may have already priced that into the mortgage rates or into the 10-year bond, but the indications are that interest rates are coming down, that we're moving into a recessionary time period, and things should become more affordable for buyers. This is really good news for everybody at Fusion, because some people who couldn't afford homes or the home that they wanted now may be able to purchase the home that they wanted. But this is going to be short-lived, because if it comes down below 6, I think you'll see a lot of buyers come back into the marketplace and the prices will start to again rise. So if you have buyers, you really need to get a hold of them and say, now is the time. This week is the time. Let's get in. Let's write offers. Let's get you in contract so that we can participate in these better rates and get you into a house while the inventory is still a little bit higher and the interest rates are still a little bit higher. But if they drop more, you'll be able to refinance to a lower rate. If you wait for those interest rates to go down, I think the average price of the home is going to go up significantly. I think that's going to be a real challenge for affordability, and there'll be less homes to choose from. So again, I want to just really encourage you to get on the phone and talk with your clients. Look, interest rates are coming down, inventory is up, but this is going to be a short window. And we need to take the opportunity that exists to get you the best house possible at the best terms possible. So make yourself a note and let's make sure we get on the phone talking with those buyers as quickly as we possibly can. Okay, let's get into the next topic, Last week, I was in Las Vegas at the Inman Conference. There were some really good speakers there, and it was great to be there. The CEO of Redfin got on stage and they put together some statistics, and I took some pictures of some of the slides that he shared so that I can share them with you. So when you're looking at these slides or these pictures, they're coming from my phone and then I'm putting them into this slideshow for you. But it tells an interesting story. It's a little all over the place, but let's jump into it right now. And I'm going to just give you some feedback on what I think all of this means. So number one, the first slide that he shared was that home sales are at rock bottom. We are looking like we're going to do less than 4 million homes sold for this year in 2024. And he made the comment that we didn't have that kind of year since 1994 when we had that few of homes being sold. And what's interesting is that the number of agents since 2000 has doubled. So we're selling less homes than we have in a long time, and we have twice as much competition. That makes it very difficult indeed. But you know what's interesting is that I am hearing from a lot of people that are really following our formula. They're making sure that they're doing all of the marketing that we're recommending, and they're reaching out to people. We have someone who currently has 28 deals in escrow. Talked with someone that I had dinner with last week that's one of our longtime partners, has over $150,000 of commission in escrow right now. They're following the programs, talking to people. They're utilizing the listing presentation that we have. And I'm hearing from a lot of you that the buyer presentation is knocking it out of the park. So I want to really encourage you all to continue that process. Let's move on with our slides. So less homes being sold and more competition. But what he shared is the vast majority of the business is being done by 30% of the agents. So there's more people in the business, but there's a ton of people that aren't doing any business. They're just creating noise. So if you have a plan, if you have the marketing going, if you have the value that you're offering, and you're the agent that you want to hire, or you would hire yourself, the business is out there. Okay. One of the things, they went out and surveyed a bunch of agents, and what they're finding is in this tougher market, the concerns that agents have are amplified for sure. If you take a look here, the unpredictable income of being a real estate agent is obviously more of a concern now, because there are people who are not selling as many homes. The difficulty in finding customers is a bigger concern. That kind of goes hand in hand with the income. Dealing with other agents, that's always is a problem if you don't have someone who's very professional on the other end. Difficulty in closing deals is up, or rather being on call all the time is relatively the same as it was before. And then unreasonable clients is about the same. And if you have unreasonable clients, just fire them. That's a simple answer there. Okay. I thought this one was super duper interesting. Real estate agents, in comparison to last year to now, if they're paying for leads through Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, 70% of the agents that are buying those leads have said that the quality of those leads, surprise, surprise, has gone down. That's not a surprise to me. So this is one of the reasons why I really want everybody to really focus on making friends, serving people, and building that SOI, because those contacts are amazing. And they're so much easier to close than dealing with someone who doesn't know you. They don't trust you yet, and you have to earn that trust. It takes a long time. Sometimes they won't even talk to you, they ghost you, where people in your SOI won't do that. What it looks like to me is these big portals are really not able to deliver to the people who are paying them a quality product. That is going to be really interesting to see what happens when these agents that are getting these leads have to have discussions about compensation on the curb before they show homes with people that don't even know them about getting into a contract. I think that's going to be a tough road to hoe. And Zillow and Realtor.com, I'm really interested to see what is going to happen there. The greatest challenge is that realtors are seeing, this is the next slide here, is the affordability of the buyers' ongoing inventory. A lot of people are much more concerned, obviously, with the DOJ lawsuits. A lot of people are feeling concerned about declining commissions. And the people that I talked at Inman, the really top agents and the top brokers, none of them were concerned. The general feeling of the people that were at Inman, they really feel that this is going to be an incredible opportunity. That's one of the things that I shared with you guys last week. I feel the same way, that the agent who is going to have anxiety about talking about their own compensation, or doesn't have the scripting or the dialogues to be able to have those conversations, are going to run away from the fire. And the people who do have the dialogues and the scripts and the confidence and the value that they offer, which, let's talk about value for a minute. It's easy to demonstrate value if you're using our buyer presentation. But if you have that and you run into the fire, the opportunity is going to be amazing, in my opinion. Okay, this is also no big surprise. Fewer and fewer agents would recommend the career to their friends and family. That's a net promoter score of negative 24. That's like way in the tank. Like, the general feel of the industry is horrible. Boo, they don't want to do the job. That is amazing. That is great for us, because you guys are strong. You guys provide value. And that's why 30% of the industry is doing most of the business. And I just want to really suggest to you that if you're a professional, this negative net promoter score is great. There's going to be less people coming into the business to compete with you. Good news as far as I'm concerned. Next slide. The majority of agents worry settlement will negatively impact business. Many people felt that it's going to have agents leave the industry. Yay! That's good news. Second of all, it's going to create more competition among buyer agents. I agree on that point with the Zillow leads and the Realtor.com leads. But I actually think a lot of those people that are competing for those leads are going to go away. There's going to be some people who come in, they're going to drop their price just because they're desperate, but that's going to be short-lived, because they will not be able to make a living. A lot of people are feeling like it will lead to more difficulty in negotiating fees directly with clients. And I absolutely agree with that. It is going to be more difficult to negotiate fees directly with clients for a while, but that will smooth out. We'll get, it's kind of like on a plane, and you get some bad weather. Eventually you're going to get through that weather, and people are going to get to a new normal, and it won't be that difficult. But there will be some bumps along the way. And almost 60% feel that it's going to have a negative impact on their business. Well, I have to tell you, I think it's going to have a higher negative impact on more of those people, because they don't have a presentation together. They don't have scripting and dialogues. They're not the agent that they would hire. They're not leading with value to offer to people. And those people are going to really struggle. But for you guys, if you're embracing the things that we are saying, that number is going to be the opposite. It's going to have a very, very positive effect on your business. I'm super excited about it. So let's keep that in mind as we move forward. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is the last slide. Since March, since the DOJ made the settlement with NAR, and all of these crazy headlines came out where people were saying, oh, realtors agree to cut their commissions in half and so forth and so on. It has had very little effect on the commission. It's ticked down. And my prediction is, as a whole, it will tick down again. But I have to tell you that we have talked with a handful of people that are really utilizing the buyer presentation, and they are having their commission where people are signing going up because they're bringing more value to the table. So as a whole, I agree. I think it's going to go down. The opportunity for it to go up for you is really strong. And even if it dropped, you're going to have more buyers and you're going to have contracts with those buyers, like with listings. It's going to be good. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this going forward with James B. Good news all the way across the board. Interest rates are coming down. The new NAR settlement stuff is going into effect on the 17th of this month. A lot of people are not going to have a clue on what to do. You will, because you're going to get your scripts and dialogues. We are going to be mailing those letters out to inform people that they need to be cautious on who they sign. And you're going to be asking for an interview for them. You're going to call through your database. The whole thing, hopefully this month. This is a gold rush, I'm telling you. Anyway, I hope that this going forward with James B has been informative for you and that you are excited about the future. I certainly am. We will see you soon on the next episode. We'll talk to you soon. And again, let's run into the fire. Let's go for it. This is exciting, people. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.